5 tips to build the ultimate biceps.
Tip 1. Don't work biceps after back.
One of the most common workout combinations is back and biceps. The reasoning is that since your biceps are involved in nearly all back movements anyway, you should work them in the same session.
But there's also an argument that their importance to back training is exactly why you shouldn't train them together.
Think of it this way. Your big back muscles can manage all those rows, chin-ups, pull-downs, deadlifts, and shrugs.
The much smaller bicep muscle, not so much. They get smoked, which means your biceps workout ends up being pretty pathetic.
Tip 2. Make sure your back training is intense.
There are plenty of lifters who focused far more on the bigger muscle groups of the upper body and did little or no direct arm training.
Yet because they pushed and pulled insane amounts of weight on bench presses, rows, military presses, and deadlifts, they became huge men with pretty damn big arms, too.
Just because you shouldn't train your biceps after your back, doesn't mean your back training doesn't count as arm training. It definitely does.
In fact, a 2013 study found that lat pull-downs resulted in exactly as much biceps growth as lat pull-downs plus curls.
The takeaway for you: slack off on your back training, and you'll miss out on a significant amount of biceps growth.
The bodyweight chin-up is probably the most underrated biceps exercise in the game.
Tip 3. As does it?
Straight bar curls have a well-deserved reputation for being a great biceps builder, and sure, you look like a badass doing them.
But they're definitely not for everybody. When many lifters use the straight bar, they experience moderate to severest pain.
If any exercise causes joint pain on a regular basis, you won't be able to work it to its full effectiveness.
If you are suffering that wrist pain, do as barbell curls instead. The bar's cambered shape alleviates wrist strain so you can work your curls harder and start making better gains in your biceps.
Tip 4. It's all in the wrist.
Do your forearms get pumped when you do any type of curl, often to the point where it becomes so painful you need to stop the set early?
You're probably feeling this pain because you're keeping your wrists cocked inward, facing your elbows.
This position engages the forearm flexors, which will typically fatigue before the biceps.
Try a neutral wrist position instead, where your hand is angled neither toward or away from the crook of your elbow.
Some lifters find they even need to go the next step and cock their hand back and away from their inner elbow to eliminate forearm flexor involvement.
Experiment to find the best hand-wrist position for you on curls. If it allows you to get more quality work done with less discomfort, you're on the right track.
Tip 5. Isolate. Don't integrate.
You may have been told not let your deltoids take over your curls. But the solution is often not as easy as simply changing our ways.
Most of us have such ingrained curl form and such bossy deltoids that we're doomed from the start.
The correction is simple. Take your shoulders out of the movement by bracing your arms on a preacher curl bench, a spider curl bench, or even your own inner thigh, as with seated concentration curls.
Most curl machines help you isolate your biceps by having your arms locked into place.
So if your delts have been stealing the thunder from your biceps for too long, prioritize curl variations where they're simply not invited.
For more videos, like and subscribe.